This is Jack Jackson back again with the continuation of our investigation of the side-side-side condition. And we saw last time that the side-side-side condition is enough to determine triangles up to congruence. In other words, if you have two triangles with the side-side-side condition, namely they have all three pairs of corresponding sides between the two triangles congruent, then the two triangles are congruent, meaning their angles are also congruent. That means we should be able to specify three side lengths and be able to determine and draw a triangle, and from that measure the angles, because the angles are completely determined. We did notice though that if the two sides add up to be more than the third side, then no such triangle is possible. We call that the triangle inequality. So this particular sketch, tab of my sketch, of course this is from the Triangles Ultimate sketch, and this is the side-side-side 2 part. You can actually type in like a 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters, and 5 centimeters, and this one actually turns out to be a right angle here, right triangle, and you see the other angles are approximately 37 degrees and 53 degrees. And there it is drawn to scale, or we can draw different ones. So now if we make this one larger than those two put together, like make it larger than 7, like maybe 8 or maybe 9, then no such triangle is possible, and you see that it's just not going to work there. But if this is, let's leave that 9, but make one of these bigger, like say, well, if that's 9, that's 3, the difference is 6. It has to be bigger than 6. So let's make it 8. Then there is our triangle. Okay, and so you should be able to do this with a compass and a straight edge and a ruler to draw these kind of things on your own. And here's how you would do it if you were doing it on your own with a compass and a straight edge. The first thing you would do is to pick a point to start with, anywhere you want for C prime, and set our length A, which is our first side here. In fact, let me just label that as A, and go out that length there. So you can pick anywhere on that circle for B prime. So we have these two blue lengths now congruent. So if you're doing this with if you have one here, even without a ruler, how you could copy this by just setting your compass to this length here and marking a point, pick a point C anywhere you want, mark an arc here, and anywhere on there arc, pick B prime, straight edge, connect them up, and so now we have two of the vertices and we have to find the third. So the next step is set your compass to the length of B, of this red length, and make an arc out here centered at C prime. So make it that length. And that will be length B. And then similarly mark out here an arc length C. And what are we looking for? Looking for this place where they cross each other. Tell you what, just for a better example, let me make some things a little bit smaller. Let's make that 5, and then we better make this smaller still, let's say 6, just so that we can just make it a little bit smaller on the page there. So what are we looking for? We're looking for a place they cross. They actually cross twice. They cross up here and down here. You can choose either one. As we saw before in our last video, it doesn't really matter. Either one of those is going to turn out to be the same point there. And so this red length is the length we're calling B, and this red length there, a green length, is the one that we're calling C. So again, if we want to do this with just a compass only and a straight edge, pick any point C prime, mark it out, put your compass to length CB, make a circle, pick any point on the circle for B prime. Next, set your compass to the length of B here, mark an arc centered at C, draw your circle there, then make your compass the green length here, C, center it at B prime and mark it. Choose a point, one of the 2 points, either one, where they intersect, and finish up your triangle. If we're doing this from specific measurements, like this, and you're wanting to construct it, then basically the same thing. Pick any side you want. This time I chose A first. I find it's a little easier if you pick the biggest side to start with, but it doesn't really matter. So we pick A for a length here, and just use your ruler to make a length of A, and then the ends will be your C and your B. So just make that 3 centimeters long using a ruler. Now, using your ruler and your compass, set your compass to a length of 5 centimeters using your ruler and make the arc there, and then set your compass to length 6 using your ruler, make that mark, and again finish it up. So that's how you would do the construction with a ruler and a compass, or just a compass and a straight edge if you're copying a triangle. And of course those two triangles must be congruent. And then just use your protractor to measure what the angles turn out to be. And at this point in the trigonometry course or geometry course, what we would be doing is actually just constructing these, and we're finding the measures of these angles just by constructing the triangle and measuring the angles. Later on in a trigonometry course, we would learn methods of computing them, and this right here will show you all the details of that computation, but we'll get to that quite a bit later in a trig course, in fact in our last unit. So there's an overview of the side. We did an overview with sliders here, okay, and then we also looked at it with parameters here. Okay, this will also, by the way, compute the area and shade that if you want to see that as well. Okay, so there's our investigation of side, and we'll prove this actually as a congruence theorem in our next video.